All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 3 is here. We got Willowkeeper versus Bad Monkey Gaming in this third and final game. The winner moves on to the winner bracket finals once again. Yes, that is right. Game number 3, Willowkeeper really putting up quite the fight. Hell, a 16-minute victory in game number 2. Thus, why we are here in this third and final game. So looking forward to see how things finish up. And an interesting start right off the bat with that said. Well, there you go with that too. But the bans, look at that. Handskin banning Pharaoh as one of his 2 bans. He also bans Cthulhu Font. You see Willowkeeper taking out Ophelia and then Rhapsody on the other hand. You know, Rhapsody, even though it didn't win in the last game, in the end, a very, very strong and ban-worthy hero against BMG. But that does leave open Swift Blade and fairly quickly picked up by Handskin right there for his team. Madman response. Willowkeeper does like Madman. They've shown that many of times, and even they like it to the point where they have no problem first picking it, as we see here. So we'll see if they're getting ahead of themselves or not. But looking forward to final game of the day here, Mini Maggot.
Yeah, and oh man, I'm looking forward to this game in particular because obviously we talked about how BMG we haven't seen him too much in terms of competitive playing. I think game 2 is a little bit of a wake up call honestly for BMG. That they've been sort of champions for a while now, and I mean losing to Tree, a great team. Don't get me wrong. I love the guys over in Willowkeeper, but at the same time, I mean, if you're the top team in Hon at the moment, you should not be dropping games to Willowkeeper. Yet they did in quite a landslide victory actually in game 2. And I think game 2 is a little bit of redemption here needed for BMG. So.
Oh yeah, you can safely say that. I'm sure they're ready to go and looking forward to playing this game here again. A lot of things just did not go their way. Mixed. I really do hate saying it like that, though, because, again, Willowkeeper, they played very, very good and definitely deserving of getting the victory there. But, yes, let's be honest, BMG, suicide play grinded by Super KG just didn't seem like that really worked out the best. And, all across the board, really. I mean, the Wretched Exhibit, he also fell apart from the beginning. Cthulhu Ball matchup was too tough, so across the board, didn't go the best. Anyways, they got Swiftblade, Bubbles, and Torturer here to start things off. How about that Empath pickup coming out from Willowkeeper? And kind of a little bit of a response, maybe, making sure that they don't give it up to BMG, but also getting it themselves. And, hey, they're right-clicking a Drunken Master, actually. It's good synergy there, so there's a Riptide again, too.
Foxy just right-clicks everything.
Yeah.
So all the heroes he wants to play, just right-clicks them.
Yeah. He's just, he was actually right-clicking Shadowblade for a while. And that's a hero that he got those changes to. He was with Silhouette and Cthulhu Font that got that rework. People weren't talking about him, though. They were talking about Silhouette and Cthulhu Font. He was just kind of like an afterthought.
Yeah, I mean, Willowkeeper, I've been watching quite a lot of their scrims, and, man, they scrim all the time, like, day in, day out. And I think I mentioned this on one of the posts back on the Hontor website, that I think, honestly, Tree are one of the hardest working teams in Hon right now. And there's a reason why, they have done so much progress so quickly. It's because how much time and effort they put into this game. Mm-hmm. And one thing to note is that they have been playing quite a few peculiar heroes, one of them being Shadowblade, as well as Clanks, actually, which is quite funny to see. Hopefully we see something like that. I don't think we see it here in game 2 because, I mean, they've already picked up their sort of carry players or carry heroes with the Drunken, with the Madman. They need some sort of initiation. Then most likely we're going to see the second support as well. So we probably won't see any of those sort of Shadowblades or Clanks. But yeah, definitely in the future, watch out for Willowkeeper's Clanks and Shadowblades because definitely they're going to whip him out, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I hear Clanks and I'm still like, really? That's something I would have to see. But it would be the same thing with when we first saw Boxy actually on Honcast. He busted out Gunblade and dominated with it. And it's just like, wait, I've been hearing that this hero is the worst hero in Hon, and you go and just get like a Annihilation and go like 17-1-4 or something like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. So. Probably exaggerating a little bit, but still, it was a dominating performance with a hero that you just would not expect. Bands following up here, Rally, Bombardier, Magmus, Dr. Repulsor, Kraken, and Parasite is how things are going to finish off here. So, jungle options pretty limited. Well, there's still the Tempest on the board, and we have actually talked about him quite a bit today, surprisingly, but I don't know. It didn't go so well last game for Handskin, so maybe not this time around. In the end, but we'll see what Seal Kid, or I guess more so what Handskin, picks up here for his team.
I mean, Tempest is still on the board. I don't know if they feel like they want to play that kind of jungle strategy or just rotate and go some kind of tri-lane here with the Torture and Swiftblade. Still killed right-clicking loads of different heroes, but I don't know. I think they still need to. They still have another core to pick up as well as that secondary support and a blitz. Okay.
Well, I mean, again, this is kind of one of those, and the top two teams, stay when they were around. BMG, we saw them every now. This was kind of a flavor secondary support. My nuts actually for Stay Green. He was pretty adamant about this hero. Yeah, he wasn't playing in CIC. Again, I'm not surprised to see that, but it's a solid secondary support. Obviously, it's been a while since we've seen it, and maybe that was more just Stay Green-esque in the end, but clearly not. I mean, BMG thinks it has potential here. And again, I wonder if that's going to be part of a tri-lane setup or not with BMG. But it's very likely going to be secondary support, though.
I think, yeah, they definitely have the potential. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Blitz got somewhat of a buff in terms of his quick. And I think he doesn't even have a cast time right now. So it's almost instant in terms of that. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm leaking SBT, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Well, here,
anyway.
I'm looking back right now at the last balance patch. Let's see. B, come on, B. Where are you?
It was a while ago, though, I think.
Okay, so what have been I don't see anything in the last balance patch. Maybe it was a while ago then, but how about that? We got Blitz into Alonia. Alrighty then.
There's so much variety in HON nowadays after
the
change in meta from the team fight pusher, and I love to see it. It does get a little bit boring, a little bit monotonous seeing the same old heroes again. But seeing the Blitz pick up, the Alonia pick up, and obviously loads of other heroes we've been seeing today. And this is only day one as well. And it's good to sort of see these heroes being picked up as well as having a potential and actually a usefulness in the games. I mean, sometimes we sort of see random hero picks just for the fun of it, but for these, they're actually decisions that we can pick this hero up because it would work, not because of let's just pick him up for the heck of it. Do you know what I mean? So it's very cool to see.
Alonia's damage potential is pretty absurd. I will say that too. Between the glacial spike and just her synergy of abilities in general, absolute zero. A very strong ultimate, especially if you keep them together and whatnot. She has a lot of potential. Now, again, are we going to see her more as a support, or is it going to be actually more of the farming role? Is the big question for me, because she really is one of those heroes. Every now and then we see a hero that's played as a secondary support, and I kind of just go, ugh, really? It just makes so much more sense with farm and just the potential that they have, but. I mean, she does have support potential, though, so it wouldn't be out of the question. But
prevalent, these heroes, man, it's insane. But going back to the Alonia pickup, the last time I saw Willow pick up Alonia, it was actually a core Alonia, and they actually picked up the staff of the Master and the spell shards and things like that. So it wouldn't be surprising if they run Alonia here as a core. I mean, the hero can somewhat of initiate as well. I mean, it's obviously not as strong as an initiation from a Magnus or a Pebbles, but the hero can still initiate if she picks up a tablet or even a portal key. But we'll have to see here in the last 5 seconds.
That's right. I forgot about that tablet change that happened to Alonia. Pandemonium!
What is going on, man? This is like the final series of the day of Hontor season.
If I see any comments about, we see the same heroes every game, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's just, oh my god. Just look at today as an example. This is the beginning of the Cycle 1. And we've had, I'm sure Quincy would even be able to say maybe even later on, but we've had a lot of freaking heroes come out just today alone on today. But yeah, Pandemonium, but again, on a serious note though, Pandemonium, good against a hero like Swiftblade, mainly because he has a physical lockdown. Yep. So I think, if anything, that's possibly the reason why they picked him up in the end. They have a lot of farm to go around, though, and a lot of physical damage in general now that I'm really looking at it. Holy crap. Panda, Drunken, and a Madman.
Yeah, the only thing I think that they might actually struggle on is the initiation factor, unless they can maybe pick up a portal key on either the Pandemonium or even the Alonia. I think they're actually going to jungle the Alonia. I mean, I have seen them jungle Alonia as well before, but we'll have to see whether they want to roll with that or not. One important thing to note as well, actually, is of course that Super KG's actually playing the Revenant. I don't know how much experience he has on this hero. I mean, this guy is the hook master. Yeah, we haven't actually seen any Devour or Gauntlet picked up on him just yet, and it would be interesting to see how well he fares on the Revenant in this game.
I thought they fixed this. I feel like I'm 15 years old doing this, but look at Empath in the pause screen. All right. Giggles are out. Okay. Anywho. Yeah, that is going to be interesting to see how the farm goes around and whether or not the jungling empath here. So, what potential we're going to see. Speaking of empath, Houston the one, of course, reconnecting here. So, as soon as he's in, we'll be good to go to resume game number 3 here, of course, the final game for today. And again, the winner moving on to play Sync Esports next weekend in the winner bracket finals. The loser will be playing tomorrow in the second part. Again, the schedule kind of changing around a little bit. Obviously, with 8 teams instead of 16 teams like the previous seasons, the schedule condensed is safe to say. Let me pull it up, actually, while we are on this pause here real quickly. Again, you can go to Hontour.com, you go to the events tab, the Diamond Division, you can find all this information out for yourself once again. But this is an idea of what we're looking at. Here's a schedule, actually. I'll get a graphic made for this in the future just to be easier. But there you go, the schedule. So, again, today, obviously, winners bracket, round of 4, the following matchup. On Sunday, so we got 2 losers bracket matchups tomorrow. Well, it will be the first, followed by the second round of the losers bracket. And then next Saturday will be the winner bracket finals into the losers bracket round of 2. And then Sunday, losers bracket finals into the grand finals. So it's going to break down right there of what we're looking at as far as the games go.
It's about damn time.
With the new schedule here. So
About damn time.
exactly. Krake's Drunken Master is the only player-hero combination on the Hellborn that we've already seen. Really? That's actually really interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, no Boxy Pandemonium. No Root of Zia Alonia. No Baltasar Madman, really? I felt like they did our Shoreline Madman. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else.
Yeah, Quincy, picking out your stats, mate.
Oh, jeez. See, we trust you for your stats and your numbers, and it's just...
He just lies. They're all lies.
These are all lies. He's just typing, smashing his keyboard every time he types these stats, like we would actually know. I mean...
Yeah, just lies.
Obviously, that's not the case. We love you, Quincy. What are they doing? So we got a defensive trial lane coming out here from Willowkeeper. At least that's the idea, and it looks like an aggressive trial lane coming out from BMG. So try on try action, always fun.
And I don't know. Normally, I'd always give the tri lane advantage to Swiftblade because of the potential he has with the Blade Frenzy. But if you think about it, the start actually goes through Swiftblade now. So actually, I mean, this potential of tri lane here for Hellborn, it definitely has potential. And I think clearly Fusion and Willowkeeper expect the tri lane to happen and think and feel that they can match up against it. So it'd be interesting to see how this works out actually between the two tiers in the top lane.
Yeah, so we do see right there, yeah, Baltasar has definitely played Madman before, and the stats coming out there. But yeah, again, I'm just excited though to see Tri versus Tri coming out here, always entertaining. So again, a quick look at the other lanes before we're going to be holding our camera at that top lane. Drunken Master versus Revenant middle. Super KG versus Krake more specifically. Again, Revenant, this is the 3rd time today we're seeing this hero, and apparently he has a lot of potential. Look right off the bat, a lot of harassment between the two, but Revenant's Q, in the Defile, pretty strong, and obviously has the range advantage on top of that. And actually, I'm curious, would you have any insight here? Do you think Revenant should have the better time in this lane?
Yep. I think as long as Super KG plays equal to Cracker, I think Revenant should have a little bit of a better time, just because of the amount of harassment he can put out. Look at that damage already! Already just 50 seconds into the lane, already making Cracker most likely use the health pot. So yeah, I mean, I think just through the amount of harassment Super KG can put out, I would expect Revenant to have an advantage in this lane.
Yeah. So, the Tri versus Tri, again, off the bat, not a whole lot of action just yet, but especially when level 2 start kicking in. That's when we usually started to see it kind of pick up. The bottom lane, talking about that, Bubbles versus Madman down here. Baltasar playing the long lane Madman against Krebson in the short lane Bubbles here in that matchup down there. So, probably going to be pretty back and forth between those two heroes in that matchup. So, but yeah, look at the word of sight placed by Fusion here by Willowkeepers at the top lane. Some great vision of Blitz, who's thinking he's being sneaky, but not really.
Yeah, and one thing to know though, I don't know if actually the lockdown and the damage here is actually right here for the Hellborn. I mean, they've got the empath, and I said I already didn't like empath in a Trallin with the Swiftblade combination because it obviously sets up so beautifully for the Swiftblade. But I mean, they have stunts here in terms of Pandemonium. They don't really need the empath wall to sort of secure the damage coming out from the Hellborn Tri-Lane. And the lockdown isn't really there either. The only sun really is from Pandemonium, and compared to all the two sets from Legion, I don't know. This might be a factor on who's going to win this tri lane in terms of when the engagements start happening. But we'll have to see in the end. I think it might come down to say positioning and whether Fusion can land a nice wall for a nice start already. They're stunned on the Pandemonium, but just for harassment.
Yeah, you see right there the Blitzkrieg coming out, but as you put it, just simply for harassment. Apparently a question about the server not being the best, unfortunately, for them. So I'll just do a quick ping all here. Latency doesn't look too bad, but of course that's only telling one side of the story. Maybe some hiccups here and there, but hopefully, they're able to play through it. Because I mean, you could argue maybe still at the remake point, but no, never mind. Bloodlust kill for Baltazar. Oh, he actually gets away just barely in the end as he's able to avoid death from that tower right there. So big bloodlust kill, taking out Bubbles. I didn't expect that. Bubbles going down to a long lane Madman.
I mean, I think we talked about it before. I think Madman does win that matchup 1v1, but I mean, Bubbles should not be dying there, to put it simply. I mean, he has such a good escape mechanism with his shell cover, with his shell serve and his take cover. I don't think he should be dying, but in the end, good play counter from Baltazar, securing him the Bloodlust at 430 GPM now, putting Bubbles down to 150. I mean, already just 3 minutes in, Tree looking good.
Yeah, they are. So definitely a strong start for them. Now, with that said, Exhibit here on Swift Play 6-1 Creep Farm compared to a Pandemonium who's 10-3. So yeah, definitely looking extra good for Willow Keeper right there. Pandemonium, I guess, in the Dragon Kung Fu skin this game around, so kind of completely changes the idea of the name of the hero early in the end. But anyways, that's besides the point. Having a good time as far as the Creep Farm goes. Yeah, so apparently still having issues with the DC signs. All right, I mean, that's up to them completely, obviously. You see right here, okay, Paw's going to be coming out. I mean, that's pretty cool, Willow Keeper. But at the same time, if they're going to constantly have to play with the DC side, then it's probably just not fun anyways, and going to be pretty brutal. So even with them getting the Bloodlust kill, they're probably just like, yeah, let's just go to a new one. Maybe wait this out. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I know Willow Keeper and BMG are quite close because I mean, Krake and Handskin are like almost best friends apparently, from what I can tell. So they are on good terms. So it wouldn't be surprised if they do remake here just for.
Yeah, but like Krake is getting at that's a good question because if you do remake here, it's what do you do? Do you even have the same draft? Do you just completely redraft at this point? Do you go to the same lanes? It's debatable. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that's ultimately going to be their decision in the end. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to contact an admin right now to kind of get an idea, but we'll see what the issue is. Huh. Yeah, so apparently, yeah, this server, though, clearly having its issues in the DC. So it looks like we are going to have a remake here and move on to going into a new one. But again, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to decide. It's going to be interesting. I don't know. In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if they just do a redraft, but we'll see. As you said, they are good buddies at the same time, so maybe they'll just say, screw it, just go to the same lanes.
It's about damn time.
Or we'll just resume here. Let's see what happens. All right. Maybe. Always got to give this like a minute.
Middle lane.
What's middle lane? Oh, they're going for a kill. Yep. Down goes Krake. Super KG playing the Revenant gets the kill. Haystroom picked up. That obviously helps in that situation. I mean, we already talked about how powerful he's been. That was even without an invis. It's not even like he snuck up on it. But again, having the Haystroom, he's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Saw that.
And look at this is the strength of Revenant as well. I mean, he's such a good laner as well. And the potential he can, and particularly against Trident, is going to easily sneak up here on this Hellborn team when he decides to. I wouldn't surprise him to sort of send out a TP rune and then just sort of go to top lane. Actually, top lane.
Whoa, Pandemonium diving big time right here. He's going to get the kill, it looks like, but at what cost here? Definitely going to fall in response. So 1-for-1, really not the exchange you're looking for. But yeah, again, Boxy known as just a very balls-to-the-wall character, or player in general for sure. But again, that's just one of those kind of head scratches. I'm like, really? You can dive that far? But they make him pay at least, and that's good news for BMG right there.
And this is the problem, actually, compared to the two cores here in the top lane. You see, Swiftblade, when he goes in, he is in really no danger of dying, whereas Pandemonium, when he stuns in, he doesn't have any kind of survivability mechanism in terms of the blade frenzy for Swiftblade. And so these trades are always going to happen. When Tree do engage in, it's Pandemonium who's putting himself in a bad position. And as a result, he's the one who's going to be dying. I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, his actually farm is a lot better than Zibbe's. I mean, Box is 17-5 compared to 11-5 on Zibbe's, and as a result, his GPM is higher. But I mean, when this trial does keep on going, expect some more deaths coming out from Boxy, whereas Zibbe's sort of stay, at mostly 0.
Well, we're also getting to that point too. Man and battery is going to start being important. You see a full power supply on Pandemonium. Man and battery is picked up on Blitz with that said, but that's all I see currently. So neither side really over-investing into that. Now I will say Ring of the Teacher on Swiftblade compared to no Ring of the Teacher on the Hellborn side. That's another one of those kind of crucial items to have in a Tri versus Tri lane especially. So that's definitely to the advantage of the Legion team right there. But again, Revenant middle lane level 7 now. Just continue to harass Drunken Master. Get some good farm back to the top lane though. Empath taking the chain stones. Nice wall off though. In fact, Swiftblade in a little bit of trouble, but he's going to get the spin off there. No, the cannonball just missed. Again, it's physical. That's why he went for it. But no, Swiftblade makes the escape. Pandemonium is going to be fine. But here comes a hasted Drunken Master. He's going to lunge it, but he got stunned in mid-cast. He does stagger. Another stun happening with the chain reactions. Holy crap, they somehow managed to live against a hasted Drunken Master. That was huge with the stuns from BMG supports.
Yeah, and that was that one missed stun coming from Boxy was the reason why ZB survives. And obviously not to criticise Boxy, but I mean, this is the problem with Pandemonium, and he doesn't have the guaranteed stun. I mean, I've played Pandemonium quite a bit, and the hero is very hard to land the stun unless you obviously get the flick combo. And as a result, it's one of those occupational hazards.
Oh yeah, top lane again, more engagement happening. Empath in trouble, spin on top of Pandemonium. He's in those front lines, once again in trouble. He butts the Cannonball Sun out, gets a kill and blitz, and he is actually able to make the getaway this time around. Again, that power supply definitely coming into play right there. So there you go. Finally some positive news for Willowkeeper, at least in the tri lane aspect up here, as they do come through with a kill at no cost in the end. So yeah, as much as we're giving to Boxy saying it's not going the best, I mean, overall, GPM-wise, especially after that kill, he's actually doing much better than Swiftblade.
Yeah, I mean, but look at middle lane. Super Kashi is absolutely crushing Krake in the middle lane.
Yeah.
And Krake, honestly, a very, very strong 1v1 player. We saw actually in the last game, he played a fantastic 1v2. But as a Pharaoh, and at the moment, he's just getting absolutely dominated by this Revenant. But I mean, there is still some good news here for Willowkeeper. The Madman's is actually crushing Bubbles nearly as hard as Super KG is crushing Krake. So in that sense, and at the same time, I think they're actually winning the tri-lane tops just slightly, honestly. So in that sense, I mean, it's looking very, very good for Willowkeeper. But I mean, the lead is very, very small. So just look out for the comeback for BMG.
Yeah, apparently if you want to have a good time against BMG, match up in a Tri versus Tri lane. I mean, it's still a very high win percentage for them in the end, as overall wins are for them, but that seems like it might be your best chance in sort of matchups go, and so Willowkeeper definitely looking good in that sense too. But, something I got to give credit to chat for this one. Double courier on Willowkeeper. Now, they've clearly had it for at least 6 minutes because it's brought up in chat with the delay. So this is something that they invested to pretty right off the bat. What do you make of that?
I mean, we saw that in the last game, didn't we? With Insania picking up on the Sync versus the racing game, and I mean, obviously it's not like a misclick because clearly they upgraded it as well. So I can understand because I mean there is a lot of lanes that need a lot of farm and a lot of their items as soon as possible. So obviously they might even have like their own sort of personal courier for the top lane, and then some for like, the bottom lane and middle lane.
Yeah, here we go on the top lane once again. Pandemonium initiated, but again the spin, return damage taken so much himself, impalement from Torture. The wall off though happens, and now Torture in trouble himself, wants to get the kill. No, he's not going to. Chain reactions come out, they miss. Down goes Torture, down goes Alonia though, and now Empath in trouble as guess what? Revenant is here and he's doing plenty of damage. The S is slated, drain on Blitz right there. Blitz now gets stunned himself, but now Madman joins the party. It's a double tap for Super KG, but he's in the bath spot. Pandemonium stun, hits Bubbles, but Bubbles stays alive, not for long. The mortification on Madman, but he is still chasing. Couple auto attacks, gets another kill. It's a crazy team fight up here. It's going to be a 1 versus 1, make that a 2 versus 1 as Drunken Master comes in. Revenant with the invis, unless they have vision. He should be fine as he is. Whoa, what a fight though, once again, between the two teams. And again, Tri versus Tri, that's just what happens though when you have the teams matched up like that.
And just great rotation coming from Madman. Like he's the biggest farmer here for Willowkeeper, so he needed to rotate over. You saw Super KG rotated instantly, and then Krake is rotating over, but I mean he's got like almost the same farm as some of the supports is. So I mean his impact actually in this engagement or in the tri-lane is very, very limited. It was the Madman that made all the difference as a result, getting the double tap and at least sort of securing the engagement for Willowkeeper. Now pushing them forward to like 1,800 experience here. I mean, And the top lane, I mean, still looking very, very strong for Willowkeeper. 206 GPM now for Panda. I mean, Swiftblade falling to 180.
You see Drunken Master trying to be sneaky, but again, clearly not. The Ward of Sight making some big plays right there and spawning Drunken Master. He's going to go in once again, but we do have initiation already. Pandemonium jumping in again. He's dropping quickly himself. Here comes Drunken Master, though. He puts a stun on his Swiftblade. Pandemonium will barely live by. Here comes Bubbles once again, as well as Revenant. The turnaround for BMG is successful. They get 2 kills. They lost nobody, and that just simply goes back to, once again, the TP support in favor of BMG. And now Alonia going to be dove on pretty hard. Blitz is stun on the empath. Alonia going to be caught. We do see a TP coming in, but yeah, exactly. Very late for Madman. He is level 10, so he has good potential, but he's going to be locked down here. May get killing Bubbles. He does, but at what cost? Down goes Madman as the swift slashes are used. So a very late TP results in, well, the death.
Like, you saw it in the initial engagement, Madman TP'd instantly. They wiped up the engagement. I mean, instead it was BMG who rotated in with the 2 TPs and wiped up for Willowkeeper. And then in the end, like, Madman TP's completely late. I mean, this is a basic thing that needs to be addressed here for Willowkeeper. And as a result, that they give away their lead for a 3,000 advantage here for BMG. I mean, they really need to up their game if they want to take this series.
I'm pretty sure every kill, well, minus the Bloodlust at the bottom, has been at this top lane here, and we have 10-7, so 17 kills in total. So what? 16 out of 17 kills. There's math for you. I feel like I've been at this top lane, and it's still just more to come, I'm sure. I mean, it's just crazy nonstop up here, as we are now approached over 12 minutes into this game. Here in game number 3. Swiftblade, though, his farm is starting to pick up a little bit against Zibe. We're talking about Zibe here. We mentioned it in the game number 1 when he got another 600-plus GPM performance. He averages that on this hero through 3 games. So this is not his start that he usually gets. But Super KG is off to a great start. And initiators with at least 5 kills and 3 assists average pretty good success overall, including 66% win percentage. So, yeah, most certainly playing that role. 5-0-3 here. 456 gold per minute. So we're most certainly going to get an idea of what a farmed and you can almost say a carry Revenant to an extent is going to be able to do here.
And he's picking up the Grimmer of Power, actually, and I do like that initial pickup because it allows Revenant to sort of spam his spells, and it gives him the farming mechanism. I've seen sort of tablets, and I do like the tablet as well because his mobility is a big issue, and catching up to heroes is one issue that you have as Revenant. And then sometimes I see sort of the G-Moment's Bane, which I think is a good item pickup. But for the first item pickup, I think the Light Brand or Grimmer of Power is good. But then he picks up actually an Astrolabe. Was that?
No, I honestly don't know. I wasn't paying attention to that.
It looked like an Astrolabe. That's really weird, but I guess that's understandable. I mean, an Astrolabe is a great item, and obviously there's a lot of engagement, so the 200 HP heal can obviously make a difference in those engagements.
So what is he just going to sit on the Light Brand crafted items, or the Light Brand items, I guess?
Unless I got trolled, but I'm pretty sure I saw an Astrolabe.
We'll see. The courier's going back to base right now, so we'll see shortly here. But he definitely bought something and he kept it, obviously, with the gold that he's had. So
yeah, he's got it on courier.
All right, Astrolabe coming out here. Interesting. So maybe still eventually that Grimoire, but wants the Astrolabe. And yeah, again, it throws off, sure, but it makes sense. I mean, you are having a very active game so far.
Top lane.
Oh, that was a missed chain of reactions. If Seal could land to that, that could have been a kill on at least one, if not both those supports right there. But just misses. Pushing the bottom lane by Baltazar in the meantime. So sure, gave him slack for porting very late at the top lane, but he is once again farming very well at the bottom side. There's the top tower push, though. In the end, Super KG's previous high GPM was 421 gold per minute. He's at 475 right now, just about, here in Game 3 of this series. So obviously, again, going back to him having a very good performance. But yeah, again, that goes back to, it makes sense still with the Astrolabe pickup here on Revenant. So Alonia, no, she's going to be fine in the end. So Alonia, yeah, don't expect a Staff of the Master, as cool as that would be to see on Alonia, at least until very late game stage if it gets to that point. Which could be possible. Not out of the question. Blessed Orb picked up by Madman here. Going to be the typical nullstone, you think, at this point?
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing else that you could really go for except for maybe the Geomet's Bane. But with Madman, he's one of those carry heroes that you need that sort of mana regen for him to actually become useful. Yeah, I think the nullstone is most likely we're going to see here. And also it can stop Swift Slashes as well as the Blitz. I think it's a good item pickup, actually.
He gets on out of there before getting caught. So speaking of also the supports on the Legion side doing actually pretty good compared to the Hellborn side. I mean, it's still early on, sure, but Blitz is level 7, Torture level 6 compared to level 6 on both for Empath and Alonia, and then the farm slightly better for the Legion supports as well, so worth noting there as far as their possible impact. There's a Sustainer, and again, an Ulster to follow very shortly for Madman. As they're going to push middle lane, Berserk is activated. There you go. Bottom lane, though, Revenant has that light brand pushing it in, so we're going to probably see a tower exchange, but again, BMG is so good at this. In terms of responding, you know that they're going to. Here we go. The TP comes in. There's a count for Madman. Could it be caught? Alonia, Glacial Spike, trying to destroy them a little bit, perhaps. Inputs the Flash Freeze. Madman trying to get away. Will be able to stalk away the wall from Alonia. Not the best angle. And actually, she might be in trouble herself. The Hellborn team does get credit for the target. Oh, she goes to Alonia. She's going to be fine. Drunken Master jumps in with the Untouchable. But he needs to get the hell on out of there. So if they all somehow survive, that would be unbelievable. But Tree,
Alonia, mid
they
lane.
are going to lose some heroes, including an Empath. So never mind. Double tap comes out. Drunken Master, though, it looks like he probably will be fine. As I spoke too soon, actually. He's going to jump back into them. I don't know about this. He doesn't know where to go. He says, screw it, I'm going to go for the TP. And he's right. Okay.
Good presence of mind there. I mean, Torture didn't have any mana for a stun, and there was nowhere near Blitz near enough for a stun, so good TP come out from Kraken. And Kraken, I mean, he had a terrible time in the laning phase, and he's still having a sort of slow time to really react back and to get back into this game. Only 200 GPM, and middle lane though, actually, Swiftblade and Revenant are invis. And I'll be going for this Drunken Master if they can catch him.
Yeah, he has no clue. Swiftblade opens, but zero follow-up really.
Turn.
Yeah, maybe going to try to go for that turn around.
Oh,
beautiful wall on a Revenant right there. He's going to be caught out completely, and down goes Revenant. Was that a blind wall?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was invis from the beginning there, and he just simply walled and then dusted after the fact.
Yeah.
Wow. That was big plays from Fusen right there. Bottom tower is killed, however, by BMG.
And that was such a big kill as well. I mean, like, Super KG was having an insane game. Like, already he was on 5-0-5. I mean, he was closing that new 500 GPM mark, and such a big kill as well. Stop the snowball coming out from Super KG.
Yeah. So you see Box here on Pandemonium. He maxed out the Cannonball first, by the way. Now going the Flurry next, so has that level 1 flick still. Anyways, 3,000 gold saved up, though, is where I was getting at as far as his farm goes. So he's going to head back to base right now. I mean, Shrug can add a very powerful item. It allows him to channel that ultimate, of course, and he doesn't really need the most items to do a lot of damage, you know, kind of like that, well, like almost like a Monkey King or a Madman in that sense of his abilities kind of do plenty of damage themselves. Yeah, Torture is being pursued. He has no clue. That is an Invisor. There's the open with the barrel roll, the quick chain reactions, but it's not going to matter. You see Blitz coming in, but by the time he does, it was just way too late. So look at Balthazar being aggressive, man. And oh, he's going to find Blitz now, actually, as well. Barrel roll. You see the quicken on a Blitz. Saving him initially. Another stock, though. Couple more auto attack should do it. Oh, my God. Did he ultimate right there? He did. Just to try to get away. Is that actually going to be enough? It is. Bubble Shell Surf. Trying to maybe catch him, but no. Balthazar's like, okay, not worth the chase. What an ultimate from Blitz, though, just to save himself.
Yeah, and then good TP out as well, just in case Mana was chasing him. And understandable, I mean, Balthazar could have potentially got that kill, but he didn't know where Revenant or Swiftblade were, so just the safe play is mostly the good players. So in the end, I mean, still, it's been a close game. It's 20 minutes in, and although, you know, BMG are leading in terms of gold, they're actually behind in terms of XP, 2,000 XP behind. This is anyone's game.
Middle lane, there's clearly a want to initiate right there, but Willowkeeper able to spread just enough and not allow for the easy opportunity. Madman, quick barrel roll, just kind of cleaning things up a little bit. Pandemonium, he's ready to jump in. He doesn't have a Shrunken Head just yet. He's so close to it, but he needs that 1,300 gold for the pattern at this moment, so he will be a little bit delayed from it, but it doesn't look like being, well, maybe they are still. They are kind of grouped up.
I don't think they should defend this. I don't think they should defend this at all. Because, I mean, they don't have Shrunken Heads on Drunken Master or Panda. Oh, this is going to be so bad.
Wow, Empath ran right into that trap right there of the Empath, of the Invis from Revenant. Pandemonium, he opens right there. He gets stunned, though. Swift Slash is coming out. He's finally able to cannonball away. The cuff for the logging him in place. He's barely still alive. Finally goes down as long as he comes out. Here comes Drunken Master, though. Swiftblade, he pushed up a little bit too far. The auto attack should be enough for the kill, and it is. Revenant, however, standing his ground, trying to do enough himself. In the background, Alonia is also slowing down the Legion team, allowing Madman to kind of chase them down. Torture falls, double tap for Madman. He wants more. Revenant, though, takes it Alonia. Drunken Master back in. Blitz goes down. It's going to be a hat trick for Madman. But the mortification. Revenant's doing so much damage. an annihilation in response for Revenant. The tower goes down. What? The power of Revenant showing right there firsthand.
Insane plays. And look at that damage coming out from Revenant, though. But again, I said I don't think Hellborn should have took that team fight. They didn't have the strong head on Pandemonium. They didn't have the strong head on Drunken Master. If they have those items, they can take the team fight so easily. The only damage in terms of physical damage is the Swiftblade. Like, they need these strong heads, and they can win this team fight so easily. Just giving up the tier 2 is not a big deal, but giving up a 5-man annihilation to probably the worst hero you could give it to is a big deal. They cannot make that same mistake again.
Well, it's one of those cases, will they even get the chance to make that mistake or not? Once again, yeah, what a hold there, what a fight from BMG, specifically Revenant once again. I mean, the collapse was happening. It seemed like Willowkeeper was going to look pretty good in the end. Obviously, getting the hat trick like I called out for Madman coming out even. But Revenant did not let it be, holding his ground, the mortification doing its work, his Defile. His Q ability, so much extra damage that it puts out, allows him to put out. And even the Invis, it's pretty cool because obviously when you open with it, it does that minus armor up to -4 when it's maxed out. So, yeah, he clearly is able to do a lot of damage. He has a full Grimoire now on top of it all. So his damage output going to be even more ridiculous. And, you know, actually, speaking of Revenant, I've heard about the carry potential of Revenant. We did see it once even, as a long time ago. But a Geometer's Bane on Revenant is actually pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
Because of the synergy of his ability, specifically the mortification.
Yeah, and the Defy, it links to obviously the other two illusions. So it's a very good item, but I do prefer to see the Grimoire of Power first because then you have the potential to spam out. It gives you that farming potential. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Geometer's Bane next. Just for the extra, there's a lot of burst potential as well on the Revenant. If you initiate with all 3 illusions with the mortification and the Defile, the amount of burst potential you can do inside in 5 seconds is rather absurd. So. Expect that to maybe come as the next iron pickup. But there's the stronger head pickup from Pandemonium. That's going to be such a big deal into the next team because they can just lock down this Revenant with that stronger head. There's nothing they can stop it. Instead, maybe like the ultimate from Swiftblade, but that's always hard to sort of judge. But a stronger head on Drunken Master most likely in the works, as well as maybe a Madman after the Hellflower. But I mean, honestly, I can't see Hellborn losing this game is if they pick up stronger heads on Madman, Drunken Master, and Pandemonium.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny we're sitting here saying, amusing almost, that they need Shrunken Heads to lock down a Revenant. But, I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, Revenant's farm is just crazy. He has a lot of magic focus, of course, though. And, again, if he's not able to, or if they're not able to CC you to allow him to kite away and do a lot of damage himself, then that's where the Shrunken Heads come into play and easily can drop him. Now, the deep of the tower at the bottom lane, BMG grouping up. They know that they don't want to let Tree get comfortable once again. And their farm, they're going to push it in here.
Yeah, I mean, Legion do need to sort of push this because although, I mean, Revenant is farming out of his mind and he can carry, but in the end, there's a lot of magical damage coming out from this hero. And once they picked up Stronger Heads, obviously, he's reduced in terms of the team fight. Top lane.
Chases on, Empath wall goes out. She's going to try to cut around this a little bit. Does she actually make the juke? She doesn't have a TP though. Meanwhile, back at Kongor, Madman chasing, but Madman now the spin damage doing so much on top of it. Drunken Master in the meantime, he comes in looking to finish off Torture at the very least. Will get it with the stagger, and now Blitz actually in trouble. Blitz is going to end up falling. Swift play, so Sasha kills Madman though, and here comes Revenant. Drunken Master trying to get away. Look at that Defile damage though. That is absurd. That's a level 13 Drunken, solid farm, and it just didn't matter in the end. So, yeah, that obviously worked out for the better of BMG right there. And now they're going to push or they're going to get Kongor. Empath did die, by the way, as well, on top of it all. So, Kongor, this is going to happen quick, man.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, Hellborn are taking these engagements, and I just want to see Stronger Head on Drunken Master, Stronger Head on Madman. Yeah, they've gone for the Soul's Bulwark. Yeah, okay, it's a good item on Drunken Master, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if you get Stronger Heads, like, I don't think you can lose team fights, so why are you picking up Soul's Bulwark? Why are you picking up Hellflower? Just get Stronger Head, please, and you can start, doing work in these team fights. Get, the team support items after the Stronger Heads, but once they get Stronger Heads, I mean, their team fight is going to go through the roof. They have, good late game potential. They've got good carry potential, and Legion just have a lot of magical damage. Once that's nullified with Stronger Heads, I mean, they can start winning these team fights.
So what do you think about the Hellflower choice on Madman? I mean, that kind of goes back to that of, is that was it the best decision?
Yeah, I think Hellfire on Madman is good, particularly against Revenant and Bubbles. Stopping a lot of these hard to catch heroes before they invis or before they get away. But he needs a stronger head. Like if he gets a stronger head, he can team fight. But now without a stronger head, he's going to have a real trouble in terms of team fighting because he's so easy to lock down and so easy just to burst down and kill. He's only 1300 HP. Okay, 1500 HP with strength steam boost. But I mean. Already, they took a team fight that they shouldn't have because they didn't have stronger heads, and now as a result, Legion are ahead in terms of 7,000 gold, 4,000 experience. I'm not saying Willowkeeper can't get back in this game, but I mean they had such an easy time just to actually win this game if they just picked up stronger heads.
Yeah.
And I know I keep going on about it, but it's such a big deal, honestly. And for these top teams here, I think you should expect better from them.
Yeah, no, I definitely, and again, that's Willowkeeper, Diamond Division. Kind of new for them here in Season 3. Sure, Season 2 they were a little bit, but definitely not considered one of the top-tier teams, especially, now Diamond Division only being 8 teams in total and being a part of that. So here they are, game number 3 against BMG, and most certainly still have a good fight left in them and could possibly still even be a victory, but BMG having the momentum, top tower pushed in, and will they go into the base right here? It looks like they're going to make their way. Again, the counter push, though, from the Helper side. Look at this bottom and middle lane, but no, they're going to port back. They cannot risk losing their base tower here. At this time, and again, they're fairly confident in fighting now. There's the Hellflower on Madman. He does buy that out, so no buyback. But actually, BMG says, you know what? We got you to port back. We're fine with that. And we'll just port back ourselves, kind of. Oh, fake fallback. Oh, boy. Pandemonium. You are maybe in trouble. I'm not sure. They're waiting for somebody to kind of expose himself, but they can't really see them. They're going to go over here. If it's going to last a little bit longer, they may find a couple targets. They're going to jump on the Trigger Master really quickly. Will this pay off? The quick kill to Trigger. Holy crap! Again, just so quickly, just falls right there, and then they will just run away. So, good stay by BMG right there to take out Drunken Master and prevent that Drunken Head from coming up anytime soon once again. He does have that Mighty Blade, though. By the way, token of life on Swift Blade, about 215 now remaining on top of the Frostburn that he has, of course. That he just picked up. So gonna maybe run into Pandemonium here. Uh-oh. He just ran over the Ro4. Yeah, Pandemonium sees that. It cannonballs. He does not have a TP, though. He can't do anything about that. He's going to have to go downhill. Now he's going to be chased down. Revenant portal keys in. Gets the new portal key recently. The auto attack's coming out. He's just going to pop his Shrunken Head and hope for the best. Cannonball in 2 seconds. 1 second. Again, he doesn't even have a TP, so even if he got to an angle, yeah, there we go. Kelpha comes out. And down it goes Pandemonium. So Revenant is now on a dominating streak at this point. So that's something you can't have if you're a Willowkeeper. A couple of pickoffs here and there in Game 3.
Or Madman as well.
Yeah, he's the one trying to do pickoffs, but actually gets the dual support. He's having troubles, and here comes Bubbles. Madman's in trouble. He needs to get away. He is currently dusted right there, and yes, he will be finished off. The dual support doing enough work. Bottle in the meantime, the dive into Drunken Master. It is just falling to pieces for Willowkeeper all of a sudden. BMG just going cutthroat here.
BMG have just turned on the acceleration insane. Like in the last couple of minutes, they got like 6 pickoffs. Like that is insane. And, but at the same time, the tree cannot afford this to happen. They're so close to taking this game, and at the moment, it looks like they're actually going to lose their bottom racks right now.
That's going to be an easy tower. The racks definitely to follow. Yeah, the no buybacks between Drunken and Madman. That's easy racks. No point to even attempt to remotely fight this if you're the Hellborn side. Again, Token of Life even still up for another 35 seconds here for Xavier. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go the middle lane now, at least do damage there. Probably even get the racks here. I mean, the Resurrection's still 15 and 22. They're going to kill this really quickly with no invulnerability up for the Hellborn side. So there goes the tower. Oh, I spoke too soon. They did have a vulnerability. As they're going to use it right there. So delaying a couple of seconds, but now the melee racks is going to fall again. They can't risk going in. They're going to say, screw it, we got to do something. Pandemonium jumps in, and here we go. Swift Slash is bouncing around the Pandemonium immediately. He's already very low. However, now Swiftblade, he is low as well. 4 seconds on the token. Is he going to die just before, just after 1 second? Oh, he died at the last second. He's going to come right back up, and he will be fine in the end. Super KG, by the way, gets another kill while that all happens. And they'll fall back from there. So that could have been something, but again, they lost 2 sets of racks, really. So
yeah,
not the biggest deal.
I mean, look, it's looking very bad for Hellborn, but at the same time, they do have the late game potential. They just need these Shrunken Heads on Drunken Master and Madman. Like, I can't stress this enough. If they have Shrunken Heads, like they can do so much work, but it just they picked up the Soul's Bulwark, the Hellflower. These iron pickups are good, don't get me wrong, but they need to really prioritise the Strong and Heads if they want to take team fights. And yet they haven't this game, and as a result, they're so far behind in terms of golden XP.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely criticize every now and then. It's like, oh, why is he going to get Shrunken Head this early on? No, it's going to really hurt his farm, blah, blah, blah. But this is one of those games. It just seems like it's just screaming at you. You need a Shrunken Head sooner than later, especially with the Revenant snowballing like he has been and continuing to be. But, Pandemonium got the message. Drunken and Madman not so much.
Because, 10 minutes ago, where Swiftblade wasn't really a physical threat, they only had magical damage. So if they only have magical damage, then surely the logical thought is just to pick up Strong and Heads, and you simply can't take damage. Obviously I know there's auto attacks, but in general, you just pick up a Strong and Head. And I know, like you said, you don't want to pick up Strong and Heads too early, but I mean, if BMG wanted to take fights, and Strong and Head is going to almost win you the team fight, then clearly the Strong and Head is the clear right decision. But it looks like they're going to take the last final stand up here in the top lane.
Quincy, real quick, I'm actually curious. What do you consider late game with a stat like that? Is that like a time limit or something? I'd be curious what the late game with post 30 minutes. Okay, that's fair. We do see the top tower going down right there. So the base towers are now pretty much gone, obviously, other than the sacrificial shrine at this point. Revenant, he's going in. He's looking for an opening. They're just simply scouting out. Maybe it's going to be Alonia. There we go. Mortification. Now, look at 3-hit, basically. The fourth one. The dot damage probably wouldn't have mattered anyways. Now the initiation, though, on Revenant. You see the physical damage. Shrunken Head is up on Pandemonium. It's allowed to do plenty. But Mammoth, as soon as he tries to go in, he just has to immediately back up because there's just no chance for him. I think BMG has done it. And pending just absolute chaos here for them, I think they're going to secure game number 3. And move on and face Sync Esports in the Winter Bracket Finals next weekend because, just going to be too much. And who would have thought Revenant played by Super KG would be a go-to carry here in Game 3 to secure the job. And they clean up Madman in the end, too. Pennyman's like, I got this! Boxy's got this! Well, yes, he does. He kills Super KG at least. But GG well played.
Tree was so close. They had this game in their hands, and they just threw it away with their iron choice and just a little pick-offs here and there. But at the end, obviously, I can't take it away from BMG. They played very, very strong. And at the first, I mean, I was looking a little bit wary for them. But in the end, they stuck together as a team, as you said before, staggering. They had the determination. And as a result, they took the series. But at the same time, I mean, there's a little bit of weakness for BMG, it has to be said, and I think Zinc will definitely capitalise on that. I think so far BMG is the top team who's only dropped one game, whereas Zinc haven't dropped one game yet. So, I mean, Zinc may be the top team in home caps. Maybe I was right. I don't know.
Let's let the cycle finish before we really keep going back to that. All right? No, but again, BMG, they technically were playing with a 6 here in Krupson. Great player himself. They didn't have Jonas Afam, but still, all the respect to Willowkeeper for the matchup they put up against. And yeah, they were very close to even taking the third game, pending some item choices perhaps and a couple of plays here and there. But of course, you look back at the game 3, and it's all about that annihilation on Super KGE that he picked up there in the middle lane. If it wasn't for that, if Madman was somehow able to come through and get the annihilation himself even, or a complete turnaround, that would have been the other way in favor of Willowkeeper even. So
Super KG played intensely good. I mean, look at 16-2 and 8. He was involved in the most amount of hero kills in the game.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I mean, he had only 2 deaths that were one of the lowest on his team, other than Zibde. Nearly 600 GPM, on a hero that's barely ever seen on the competitive scene. I mean, fair to say, I mean, Super KG was clearly the man of the match in this game, even in the series, perhaps.
No question there. When it comes down to it. So Bad Monkey Gaming, they move on. And once again, sure, probably the expected Winter Bracket Finals matchup, but it was not an easy route, clearly as shown. Hell, even Sync Esports that took quite a challenge against Reason Gaming, of course, especially. But in the end, Sync versus BMG will be their Winter Bracket Finals matchup. Again, definitely not the whole thing, though, as I'm updating the brackets right now, just to make a point of that. But obviously, so that puts BMG and Sync in the winner bracket. As far as the losers bracket is concerned, every team still obviously eligible to eventually move on and do some things. But starting tomorrow, we are